Hello. I feel like I've talked to everybody so much today, but actually I'm now here in a professional capacity. As you probably are aware by now, I am Dr. Alex Holmes, and I'm head of STEM. So I'm responsible for the competitions. They bring me joy. Every year they bring me joy, and they never cease to bring me joy. I come up with an idea, and then you guys solve it. Yeah, and that's the key thing for me, is that the ideas that I have no idea what I will be confronted with by the young people every year. And every year I am surprised and overwhelmed and kind of overawed, really, by the quality of work that comes back and the degree of work that comes back. So what I want to do today, hopefully, is just give you a really quick overview of really the benefits of taking part in these competitions and taking part in these projects. Because what we're looking at is we're looking at skills. We know it's a STEM competition, but actually there are skills that you are learning throughout these projects. And if we look at the skills that you actually need to go to work with, the skills like standing up and talking to a whole load of people, you're not usually learning them at school, because when you're standing in school, you're standing in front of your peers. You're not standing in front of a multitude of strangers. Not that you're strangers anymore. But basically, not only in the classroom, you're learning these skills in science clubs, where you're meeting other people outside of your immediate friendship group. You're doing these at competitions. So those people working in competition teams, I bet you know each other really well now. You might not have known each other that well when you started the competition, but by the end of it, you really do know each other, okay? And then, because the BIEA projects are open, there is no right answer, you have the opportunity to think outside the box, to take your experiences and your backgrounds and pull them together into an answer that it's almost guaranteed to be completely different from everybody else who enters. New ideas, innovation, creativity. And so these skills are what you're learning. We just don't award very many things for them. Now, I've been asked to mention a bit about the AI context, and I thought about this, and I thought about all the good things and the bad things I could say, and I could talk about LLMs and the fact that AI is not really an AI, and I thought, no. What are we really interested in? We're all interested because actually, as youngsters, you are going to be walking into a world of work that is very different from the world of work that I walked into, and anybody really in this room who's over the age of 30. You know who you are, okay? AI is changing the jobs. It's changing administration roles. It's changing those kind of low-level, entry-level careers. Not in a bad way, because actually quite a lot of administration is sometimes more time-consuming than brain-consuming. But we've all seen the statistics that actually jobs now need things that AI can't give. AI can't be empathic. AI can't collaborate with you really, because actually, in truth, you are still, to some degree, the master. Creativity, it's dubious, you know. It's recycling. It's not really completely new. It's just a rehash of what has been and what has already been. So these tasks that are in the workforce now that AI can't do, hey, guess what? Project teams, guess what you've been doing? You know, these are the absolute building blocks of the BIEA science competition, because we are asking you to get to know with your teammates. We're asking you to collaborate. We're asking you to be creative, think outside the box. More stats. I've got a laggy computer. Okay, the key thing is, with these scary stats that are up here, is actually it's this bit. Because if you've participated in a science competition, or in fact any competition that involves teamwork, what you have learnt during that project And we're not talking about a week-long project. I'm fully aware that the majority of people in this room have spent months on their project. That you have had now experience of leadership. You've had experience of reasoning. You've had experience of problem solving. You have had experience of diplomacy, collaboration, empathy. Hey, guess what? That's already put you on a ladder for a career. That's already put you into that skill set of more than just those entry-level jobs. You are starting to get the experience that the world of work will demand of you. Because that's what they're not going to want somebody who can just type into Claude or Gemini and say, answer this question. They're actually going to want people with more skills that you can't get from AI. So, the projects this year. And I confess at this point, hands on my heart, I shoved it into Claude and I said, summarize it in a slide. Because you know what? I could have done that. But actually, that is a lot of copying and pasting. And so Claude did it for me very, very quickly. Because Claude is useful. I'm not going to stand here and promote any particular one. But in some respects, it is useful for doing things like this, because this is a massive copy and pasting. And I could have spent, 2 hours doing it, or I could have just spent 10 minutes doing it. But if we can have a look at this year's projects, as I said, we put the same question out once again into the world. And we said, come on, think up some new ideas. And boy, did you think up new ideas this year. Each year, we're kind of expecting, we adults with our narrow views, expect a narrow range of answers. And each year, we get this cross-section across everything, from smart sensors, with lots and lots of circular stuff. We love to see that. Loads of new materials, some very clever people out there. The community solutions actually looking in their locality to see what the problem is and then answering it. Preservation, all kinds of preservation. And then, hey, guess what? Popped up again, AI. Because actually, it is useful when used as a tool, not as a replacement for your noggin, your brain. Use it as a tool. And if we go back, dare I say it, 40 years when the first computers came up and people were like, no, computers, they will take over the human race. And if we go back 200 years and we had printing presses and people went, no, handwriting is the way that it should be. And printing presses, I think probably longer than 200 years now, actually. But handwriting is lost when we go to print. Print is lost when we go to computers. AI, human brain is lost. Despair. But no, it is a tool and a tool only. Some examples, you know who you are if you're in this room. I spent ages with this one. I was like, which pictures? Everything. Really clever people. And a few of them I thought, oh, maybe somebody in industry would be interested in this one, because actually this is a really clever idea and I bet no adults have thought of it yet. No names, but you know who you are, okay? And hopefully you did have an opportunity yesterday to walk around and have a look at some of the examples of some of the entries from this year. Remember, same question, different answers every year, okay? Things that the judges said, original thinking. Original thinking is very obvious. The judges, I'm afraid, they're quite clever people. They can see something that's not, they can see, and they've actually, I'm going to say this as an experienced judge myself, the judges, they're quite clever people, but they're also quite old. Trust me on that. And so they've seen a lot of stuff. So when they say creative thinking, they actually say creative thinking because they know a stack of stuff behind it. Okay? Sometimes, it wasn't that creative, but you really, really worked hard on it. Yeah? So compost bins, not that original. That's kind of what we expected, lots of compost bins. Yeah? But the effort that went into the project, you know, overcame the fact that the originality was lost. And I have to mention this one because I'm hoping that some of you will participate next year, is that some people had quite a lot of help. It is very obvious. We can see it. Yeah, we know what the judges know, what we're able to do. And if we're looking at younger people and we think, whoa, I don't understand what they're saying because their language is really, really clever. You know, the warning bells go, be warned. We do see these things. So I am aware of time, as always, you might have noticed. We are looking forward to next year because today is really the end of 2026 for us and the beginning of 2027. And we're looking forward to whatever next year's competition is going to be, which I might let you know in a moment. The key things is make it a new idea. You are young enough to not be constrained by adult thoughts. You are young enough to have enough educational and life experience to think outside the box. Think outside the box. Yeah? Make it wacky. It's fine. Absolutely fine. You know? Without wacky thoughts, we wouldn't have satellites or mobile phones. We like wacky thoughts. Use your brains, your team's brains. If you've got 5 members or 3 members of a team, the computing power that you have got there inside your own heads is phenomenal. Use it. Don't underestimate how clever you are. Experiment. We love experiments because experiments, sorry, Claude, Gemini. Yeah, can't do it. They can't do it yet. Okay? Do an experiment. Have an idea. Do an experiment. Test it. See if it works. If it doesn't work, tweak it. You guys know enough science lessons to know how to do that. Use pictures always. We love pictures. I love pictures. I do a lot of reading of projects. I love pictures. Pictures tell me an awful lot that sometimes the words don't. Teams. Always teams. If you work on your own, that's absolutely fine. But if you're working in more than just yourself, you are a team. Put your brains together. Your brains, that combination of people's brains is unique. I'm going to choose these guys because they're sat right at the front. But if I put these 4 people together, the combination of ideas that they can produce is completely original on the whole planet. Yeah? Out of all of humanity ever. Claude can't beat that. And then, finally, I have to stick it in. AI is your research assistant only. Use it to help you do some research. That's it. Don't give AI the power over your own brains because your capacity is much greater. I kind of want a drum roll here because at this point, these are kind of looking forward to 2027. I'm going to stick these all over website and all over competition rules. They're going to be everywhere. Yeah, especially number 6. A little bit tweak there. What will 2027 bring? God, they're not drum rolling me, are they?
We can post-edit that one in.
Post-edit the drum roll.
I'll add it in.
Thank you. Fish. I did go around yesterday going, fish. Okay. I am particularly passionate about fishing. I am a scuba diver and I love fish. I love fish that are alive, and I also like to eat fish. I am, hypocritical like that. But I don't like to eat fish that have basically wiped out the ocean en route. So what we're looking for in 2027 is some way of ending overfishing. We've looked at land. We've looked at raising the amount of agriculture on land without killing the land, and we've looked at reducing the amount of waste on land without killing the land. And now let's look at the ocean. 7/8 of this planet is sea, water. There's an awful lot of ocean out there. There is an awful lot of life, and in some cases there's probably life we don't even know yet. Okay. We like fish, it's very good for us, It's very, very good for us. We have no problem with eating fish. But what we don't like is the fact that bycatch and overfishing is wiping out fish stocks. So 2027 will be about fish. Okay? And this can be sea, lake, river, basically not goldfish. Not goldfish. Right? The fish you eat. And if you eat goldfish, fine, but don't tell me about it. Okay? Right, I'm being waved at all over the place. So, because I'm a stickler for other people's time, I will stop here. Save the dates this time next year, give or take a bit. Thank you very much.